Yeah.
Hello.
Good morning to Feng Shui Friday with Anita A and Cheryl V. Every Friday we go on here talking about all things feng shui.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. Greetings. Hola. Having a fabulous day. I was outside with the plants already this morning.
Ooh.
Hey, I love spring when it's nice enough to be wearing shorts and a t-shirt and
Oh,
yay, yay,
well,
yay.
April was like 2 months of winter in one or
I
something.
know, right?
Uh,
Moisture. That's all we can say.
so
Eh,
we were starving.
We were starving. We take our cue every Friday morning, as we have for over 5 years, from the Personal Paradise card deck by Tara Catherine Collins, who is celebrating 30 years of the Western School of Feng Shui, where both Anita and I are certified through. And this woman, this incredible wisdom keeper, well, she's not a wisdom keeper, she's a wisdom sharer, is the only person certified to teach and facilitate the Western School of Feng Shui's curriculum here in Canada. And you have that curriculum coming up at the end of the month, is that correct?
I do. I
So,
do. I
if
do.
what we
Yes.
do, yeah, if
Hmm.
what we do every Friday fascinates you a little bit, why not step into knowledge and self-development? One of the areas of the Bagua we talk about, way down here. Um, and enhance your education because it truly is fascinating when you start watching and witnessing where the energy goes and how it flows and where it gets stuck. It's been interesting at the greenhouse lately because I've made a couple recommendations and of where to place things. Um, and both of my supervisors have gone, I think that's a great idea because it would open up the flow. So they're starting to use my terminology, our terminology, not my terminology, a little bit with the flow of traffic, with energy and things like that. So it's quite exciting. It does become part of your daily life. It really does.
Well, and in that setting, they have an opportunity to direct the flow, right?
Hmm.
No
Hmm.
different than when you go to big box stores and they put you in
Absolutely.
those little corrals. They are directing the flow of traffic. And then
Yep.
they intentionally, specifically put items in the corral lane, right?
Hmm.
That you might be they're called impulse items.
Hmm.
And from a retail perspective, those impulse items have a very high margin. So the shirt that you're buying or the plant that or something that you're buying, may have a smaller margin for
Hmm.
the retailer. But then when they get you in the corral, then that item might give them a margin of double of the
Hmm.
thing that you're purchasing. So
Hmm.
it's always interesting and fun because those big box stores, they know about the flow of energy.
Hmm.
And so we're just using that information, applying it with feng shui principles and analyzing the flow of energy in your space so
Exactly.
that ultimately you are living, a beautiful life.
Hmm.
That's what it's all about. Okay.
It is. And I find it very fascinating because the two cards that came up today, I know exactly why they came up because it's part of what I'll be working on this afternoon when I
Oh,
do get to work in between serving customers. They are the number 2 card art and the number 12 card wind dancers.
oh, okay.
So I will
When,
actually be doing a little bit of feng shui with hard goods
ah,
when I get to work today. So I find that quite entertaining and funny. But art is
mhm.
extremely, well, they're all important, right? Because art has that subliminal messaging behind it. Um, and you know what? My background right now is driving me crazy because my wall and my characters behind it. So you talk for a bit. I'm taking my background screen off because it's really bothering me.
Okay.
None. There we go. Done. It kept flashing with the tree of life. Um,
Okay, and that's your art. That's the art that you made, right? So
yes.
you made it, you infused it with your energy, with your love.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Mm-hmm.
has deep personal meaning for you,
Mm-hmm.
right? That is really important whenever we're uh, choosing artwork. Uh, and there are so many different forms of art that you can put
Mm-hmm.
on your walls, or you could have a sculpture, which is art. There's just so many things that fall into that category of art. But at the very underlying point of it all
Mm-hmm.
is, does it have deep personal meaning for you?
Exactly.
And on that note, I just have to say that I had some art on my walls. I've had them
Mm-hmm.
for a long time, uh, that were in my, let's see, where were they? I guess it might have been, um, oh yeah, kind of in the love and marriage area, I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so these two pieces of art, two canvases, and you've seen them before where there's maybe I think there's a term for it where there's two or three pieces of canvas and then the pictures kind of align.
Oh, like a triptych,
Yeah. So, but this was a two.
too.
But the two of them were um, two pictures of houses. And it's just interesting how sometimes you have your own, like, I mean, here I am, how many years later going, ah.
You had your
So,
own holy shift moment, did you?
well, and those art, they were art pieces made by a famous artist, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Anyways, one morning I had this holy shift moment. It's like, okay, those have to go. It's time for them to go because it's two houses. It was like in the love and relationship area, and there's some disharmony or discordant energy around that.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, right?
Yep.
uh, Knowing what's been going on. And so, anyways, I took them and I actually gave them away.
Nice.
I didn't sell them. Like I
Nope.
say, they probably could have been sold for maybe a couple of $1,000s. I don't know, because they were painted by a very prominent artist that gets paid well. But I gave them. I gave them back to a relative of the person that I bought them from.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anyways,
Nice.
so again,
That's
it
subliminal.
may be that you put a piece of art on your wall
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, 5 years ago, whenever, and it's now an opportunity to look at it with a fresh set of eyes and
Mm-hmm.
say, what deep personal meaning does that picture and or artwork or painting have for me in my current life?
Yes. And I think the important word there is current.
Mhm. And even you and I did a Feng Shui or office webinar the other night. And again, just I was looking around my own office thinking, it's time to update some of that artwork because
Mhm.
it's no longer in alignment with my current and or future self.
Beautiful. I love when those aha moments or holy shift moments happen. It doesn't matter who you are, how long you've been practicing feng shui, if you're just starting and you're just hearing the term and learning how to pronounce it, or you've been involved with it for 30 years. There's always evolution.
Mm,
Nature doesn't ever stay the same. It doesn't paint the same canvas every day, every year, every month. And yet we as humans think, okay, one and done. I never have to do this again. Not so much. Not so much, my friends, not so much.
Mhm.
So it's interesting that that's the card that came up because wasn't just in my energy field, obviously. It was in my
Yep.
partner's energy field. It's in the energy field at work. I look around my office after you say that and think, nope, yep, I love everything that's still in here. I'm good to go in this room, right? That's one room out of however many in the house. So anyway, art is super important, and it's that subliminal messaging that you were just talking about, Anita.
Mhm.
Maybe art is, I'm trying to think, there was an example on my mind when you were talking about yours with the two houses. And I was thinking about our one client that we worked with last year that they had a lot of farm pictures on the wall. Where they came in and out of the house all the time and they were always work related, right? When you're a farmer,
Mhm.
it's 24/7, 365, right? 24 hours a
Mhm.
day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. And they never got away. They never took vacations. And the one vacation they did, they had so much fun. And our client had taken a lot of pictures. So we made the suggestion because she said her husband just talks about work. Well, that was in the walking path. So that's exactly what it heard. Energy was being reinforced. Work, 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 work. Well, they want to retire. They want to do a few other things. So she swapped out the pictures for some from the family vacations. And within, it was days, wasn't it? Her
I
husband
think
comes in and
yeah.
said,
Mhm.
let's go camping. And she was floored because it was right in the middle of seeding and, you know, farm work, busy farm. But that's the subliminal impact that art has on us. We
Mhm.
don't realize it, but it's reinforcing and supporting whatever's going on in your life. So taking a moment and stepping back like you did and saying, huh, that's actually not what I want in my future.
Well, and I mean, I'm looking at the artwork on your wall behind you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also doesn't have to be perfect,
No.
but if you you know, create your own artwork, infuse your own energy into something, it
Mm-hmm.
actually has you know, a deeper meaning and or effect. And again, you can do it with your intention. I mean, we have
Mm-hmm.
a beautiful friend that lives in Mexico. She does amazing
Oh,
pieces of art, and she
freedom.
infuses them all with what's called light language.
Mm-hmm.
She puts
Sacred
crystals in
geometry.
them. She does ceremony around them. She lets the sun imbue energy on
Mm-hmm.
them. So there's all kinds of things you can do like that. I have my grandkids this afternoon. And of course, it's Mother's Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually said to Elena this morning, she's 3, I said, you know, do you want to help the baby make a picture for his mom for Mother's Day? So we're going
Mm-hmm.
to do some paint and, you know, the hand, or the maybe the little
Yeah,
footprint or something like that with the baby, right? And so create this piece of art, and I mean, who knows what it's going to look like, but the energy, the intention behind it is going to be
exactly.
so valuable, right? So
Exactly.
valuable. Yeah.
And for me,
Anyways.
the art that you referred to in my office, this is also the children and creativity area.
Oh, yes.
So, you know, utilizing what we've learned about the Bagua, where you're hanging specific things. So, if your art, and you had mentioned yours was in love and relationships, being aware of the area in the Bagua where you're placing things for that space, for that room, also enhances the intention behind it. So, multiple combinations of ways you can do things. And like you said, Anita, art is in the eye of the beholder. I know what I put into this pieces of art. Someone else may look at that and go, what? It's not for them. It's for me.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So the second card that came up for me was number 12, as I had mentioned, wind dancers.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because, of course, this morning I was outside watering plants and the wind has got my hair going, well, you know, every direction. So, but it's going to be another windy day. The wind is a great way of looking at things, how energy moves, right? Feng
Mm-hmm.
Shui, wind and water. And wind is that unseen energy. It really is in, there isn't an area or aspect of our lives that the wind or the unseen energy doesn't touch. Nowhere it doesn't touch.
Mhm.
So, what would you like to chat about with the wind dancers?
Well, very similar to water,
Mhm.
when there is wind, it's an opportunity to see, especially, in our yard, in our house environment, the outside environment. It's a great opportunity to see where there is shelter, where, a place is fully exposed. You talked earlier about a farmer, in the farmland, they build wind rows, right?
Yeah.
Rows of trees to block the wind so that their precious soil, the topsoil, isn't,
Hmm.
being given away to the
Exactly.
neighbor's farm. And sometimes we don't think about that in our own property. So when the wind is blowing, that's a great time to go around the parameter of your home and just see, where is it sheltered? Where is it being exposed? Because that wind, a big wind, just like a tornado or
Hmm.
hurricane or something, can really disrupt the chi, the energy of a space. And we
Mm.
want to protect our environment that way. So you might want to have a look. And then, maybe those areas that feel a little bit stagnant or dead, kind of,
Hmm.
then you could actually put something there that's going to catch the wind and give some movement, whether it's, a flag or one of
Hmm.
those swirly things or a wind chime or something like that. Yeah.
Love it. I love it. I love it. And the movement, right? That's just it. Maybe there's too much movement, and we're definitely a Goldilocks society. Too much movement, no movement. Ah, just right.
Mhm.
We are after just right.
Well,
Perfect.
I mean, that really and truly,
That
practicing
is feng
feng
shui.
shui is,
Just be Goldilocks.
yeah, we're trying to create the Goldilocks environment.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Hmm.
Cool. And we forgot to, I'm going to go back to the number two card because we forgot to do the 20 is minute. 20 is plenty. So setting your timer for 20 minutes wouldn't take maybe even that long, but to go into each space in your home and look at the art that is hanging on the walls. Don't worry about anything else for this 20 minutes is plenty. 20 is plenty tip. Look at the actual art. How does that make you feel? And do you keep it? If the answer isn't a hell yes, then you know what you need to do. And I learned this a long time ago working with my partner, bless and release. It's just so much easier to just bless something and release it versus selling it, trying to get money for it, doing a garage. Bless
Hmm.
it and release it. And
Hmm.
what that does is it starts the airflow or the energy flow for something to come in.
Hmm.
Opens up the
Yeah.
channel.
Well,
So that's
even when my husband saw me taking those paintings out of the house, he's like, "What are you doing with those?" I said, "Well, I'm giving them away." He said, "Well, aren't they worth some money?" I said, "Yeah, but I'm giving them away
it.
because, you know, um, it's it doesn't matter, right? I'm
No,
just opening up that flow of
exactly.
abundance." Yeah. Anyway,
Exactly. I love it.
mhm.
So what would you say would be the 20 is plenty for wind dancers?
Well, I think maybe it's really going and doing that energy audit
Hmm.
around the parameter of your home, walking your property if it's smaller. I mean, if you live out on the farm, obviously,
Take a little
you might
longer
not
than
want,
20 minutes.
might take longer. Um, but yeah, just do that wind audit and see where you can make some changes, enhancements, You know, give us some pictures and maybe we can help you with that. I
Hmm.
just want to say hello to all the people that joined us today.
Oh, yes.
Uh, Sharon, hello.
Good
Janet, good
morning.
morning. Daryl, nice for you to join us. And Daryl, we had card readings last week. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
First
first
Friday of
Friday.
the month.
Mhm. But
Hmm.
anyways, there's always insight to be gleaned. Sometimes these cards, have a message for us.
Exactly. And did you get a card today or did you
Well,
just leave
I
it with
had a
me?
couple pop up, but you know what? It's all good. There, uh, I love the conversation we had over the art and the wind
Okay.
dancers, and absolutely makes sense. And then, yeah,
Perfect. All right. Well, then let's talk about the number because with 12 and 2 is 14, and together they equal 5. Easy
ching,
math
ching,
today. I love
ching,
it.
ching, ching, ching,
Change.
ching, ching,
Oh, I have to
ching.
tell you, first, I always refer to double digitology.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit speaks to me with numbers. So I get home from work last night and my vehicle odometer is at 335599.
335599. Ooh,
Do you
okay.
think, do you think
Oh,
my guides were with me traveling?
that's cool. Hmm.
That is very cool. So I didn't figure out the number of it. I just thought, oh, I have to remember to tell Anita. All right. So the 5 represents change,
Hmm. Ching, ching,
enthusiasm,
ching.
cleverness, a search for harmony and balance. Is seeking balance between the physical and the spiritual world. And you're going to love these last two, changing one's direction, changing one's energy. So we were talking about wind dancers, right?
And art.
How do you make this stuff up? You really can't. You really can't. Oh, so some
Mm.
exciting things for us coming up next week on Tuesday. We are part of the Freedom First Business Summit. It is going to be exciting. We're specifically talking about it's an interview style. So we're going to be talking, of course, about feng shui, and being in command of your space is going to be part of the topic. So I know my partner probably has already got the link handy. We will make sure and drop the link in. It's free to register for it. It's a 3 day
Hmm.
summit. We will be going live on Tuesday at 3:15 or 3:30, something like that. Anyway, around
Well,
those time frames.
and you
Yeah.
know what I love about these summits too? I mean, you can pop in and out. There's some
Oh my
amazing
goodness, some
speakers
amazing speakers.
that I'm looking forward to listening to and
Hmm.
gleaning some insight from. But what's makes it even fun, so it's free to register,
Yeah.
right? And when you register, all of the speakers have been asked to
Gift.
give a gift so that there is some type of offering for the audience.
Hmm.
And so just by registering, there's a plethora of gifts from these amazing speakers. And
Absolutely.
then if you upgrade to VIP, then there's a whole other, yeah. Anyways,
Basket of gifts.
check it out. It's going to be great fun. And then the following week, we are going to be at an event live in
Yes.
Calgary, Alberta.
Hmm.
And if at all you're in the area, you might want to come join us. This is put on by eWomen Network,
Hmm.
and the owner, CEO of eWomen is coming to Calgary, and she is a world-class speaker,
Hmm.
entrepreneur. Again, we'll put the link in there that you can find out a little bit about that.
Exactly. And as always, her inspired journey's coming up in September. And what a truly magnificent Mother's Day gift.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
if, right? So we'll absolutely put that link below as well because that is a gift that you can give yourself. Your kids can give you. You can give your mother. You could give your daughters that are mothers. You could give it to
Mm,
anyone. And that is a weekend where we all come together in this beautiful setting
mm,
here in Red Deer. Anita and I do our best to make sure you are spoiled. that the entire weekend is about you. We have people that meet in the middle. I think we have one of them online with us, a friend from BC, a friend from Saskatchewan, a friend from Alberta, and they make it a meet in the middle weekend. What a fantastic opportunity to plan a girls' weekend and an amazing Mother's Day gift. So we will absolutely drop that link in there as well. That was a whole lot of advertising, but all opportunities for you to have a better life. That's the
Mm,
way I look at it. And we would be remiss if we didn't share those opportunities.
100%.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Have yourselves a great week.
and happy Mother's Day. Happy
Happy
Mother's
Mother's
Day
Day.
to all of your mothers. This will be the first Mother's Day that I will be celebrating without my mother in, on this earth plane.
Mhm.
So that'll be interesting. Maybe she'll be in the wind dancing.
Without a
Uh,
doubt, she'll be
mm,
dancing. Without a doubt,
yeah,
she'll be clogging in the wind.
yeah. Anyway, so if you're in the same position, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's we'll get through it. Okay.
Have a great week, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Ba ba ba.